Well, Sir William, the twin star. I spent a little bit of time on him yesterday, replacing parts in the carburetor, replacing the fuel petcock, and replacing the ignition switch. I still have an electrical gremlin, but let's see if this thing's going to cold start for us. I'll show you guys here. I mean, they're ice cold. They're just cold as it is outside. Let's see what happens. Got our neutral light, a little bit of choke. Awesome. You guys can see the parking light is not on. That's just a reflection. That's the problem that I'm still chasing down, is the issue with the electrical system. Here's something else. Here's my left turn signal, okay? Now we look here, no turn signal indicator, but that bulb's not out. So if I move it over and put the right turn signal on, I get my turn signal indicator, but no turn signals. I do have a weak, wimpy horn. I do not have power to the headlight. I only have high beam now. The low beam burnt out. Unfortunately, all that work was for naught. And we do have a brake light. So we're good there. Just a couple electrical gremlins to take care of, but you can see putting along just fine. Revs fine. Oop. It might help if I turned the gas on. Ha ha ha. Okay, now that the fuel is on. That's funny. Anyway, there's the new fuel petcock. Now let's try it again. There we go. This is a 6-volt bike, 1978. It is a 6-volt bike. Unusual. Now we can give her a little throttle. And it runs down the road just awesome. Believe it or not, that little 185cc engine, I actually had up to 75 miles an hour, which really surprised me. I didn't think it had it in it. It's actually faster than the old Rebel that I had an 86 Rebel. But there is the no more leaky carb, which is another really big bonus. Alright, fuel is off. How did my date go? The date went okay. I fixed dinner. I made a Mandarin Caribbean jerk pork loin with heavy relish, which consisted of fresh portobello mushrooms, Vidalia onions, and mandarin oranges that could either be put on the side or on the roast as you were eating it. And then I made a rice peel-off and a fresh loaf of bread. She liked dinner well enough that she asked for a doggy bag, and she ate it at work the next day and said that she had to fight off the co-workers from trying to scour down her lunch. So dinner was a success in that respect. We are supposed to see one another again tomorrow, going to dinner at a mutual friend's, Mary's, who is the one who introduced us. I don't want you guys to get your hopes up. I'm still feeling this one out. Do I have good vibes? Do I have bad vibes? I've got both. So we will see. And being single as long as I have been, I have every right to restrain any temptations to just jump into a relationship because there's one available, and I'm not going to do that. So what else are we doing today? And there's your update on the date. I've got Winnie the Pooh lawn out, and it's going to essentially be a really big leaf blower to get them away from the edge of the road way over there. And then Ugly Alice, I've already pulled the deck deflector off. You can see the wrench is still on there. we're going to hook up to the Easy Vac and suck up some leaves, which all is not really very video worthy. I do want to mention that the repair on the head is holding. It's holding well. Let's go ahead and start the old girl up here, or the old boy, I guess, Winnie the Pooh. I need choke. So Winnie the Pooh is running awesome. I have put about 25 hours on Winnie the Pooh. I don't know, it's got 323 hours on it. Put about 25 hours on it, so it's about due for an oil change, which I'll get done. This will probably be the last time that Winnie the Pooh will be out doing any kind of work. Then as soon as I am done taking care of the leaves, which are all down from the trees on my property, I still have to wait for Brenda's property to lose her leaves so that I can go over and clean hers for her. But Ugly Alice also decided to come right on back to life. Running awesome as always. I already serviced the Easy Vac. All the hoses and deck attachment and all that stuff is inside. And even though it's ugly, it certainly does get the job done. Makes my life a whole lot easier. And my paint job on the engine, because unfortunately this does sit outside, it takes on the weather. It looks crappy again, but I do keep the muffler covered up because it faces straight up. So I do the same thing with the log splitter over here. I keep the engine covered, and you can see the CL200 is sitting outside only temporarily. It will be going back in short order after I get the quick way equipped tractor done and get the deck done. I do want to show you guys, I've got a 48-inch deck over here that's been welded on about 500 times. It is this deck right here. So that set of rollers right there is going to come off of this one and go on the other deck. And I think you guys already saw that I've got this big old pile of wood, and it's unfortunate because my buddy Scott needs these front wheels, so he said he would come dig it out. I will let him come dig it out. He's more than welcome to, but he's needing some wide rims to mount some wide ags identical to the ones that are on Ugly Alice. So that is what is going on today on the Zippo ranch. We're going to blow some leaves, then we're going to suck some leaves. There's probably jokes in there somewhere. But real pleased with the outcome of the mechanical aspect of Sir William. Just fires right up every time. Runs real well, and I'm going to go ahead and set it outside and let it warm up. Typically you do not want to let a motorcycle, you don't want to start a motorcycle real quick and then shut it off. It'll rust out your pipes because a lot of condensation comes and builds in them. So I'm going to get that outside, let it sit and run for a little while on a little higher idle than what we've got now. But it's running awesome. I may even take it up and down the road a couple times before I get started with the leaves. But you guys have got an update on how the date went. You guys have an update on what I'm getting ready to do today. It is just now past noon. Been spending the morning cleaning house. Oh, one nice thing about being a bachelor, you get to do it all yourself. But that's it. And I did want to show you guys one thing about this microphone that's really cool. If I come over here, you guys will hear me on your left speaker. And then if I come over here, you guys will hear me on the right speaker. How's that? And if I'm right in front of it, you'll hear dual. Left, right. Might be backwards for you guys, depending on your speaker setups, but if you're listening to it on a TV or something like that, the sound should move around. Boy, isn't it just a pretty bike. I know it's hard to see with the door open. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Good looking motorcycle. All right, I'm gonna round it out. I have babbled along now for 9 minutes and 59 seconds. We just hit 10 minutes. That's long enough for just a babble video and an update on the dating situation. Oh, I did have one more real quick thing I want to talk about. I told you I was going to lower the boards on the big trailer. I actually had an idea. You can see I've got my loading ramps up here. I'm going to take those upper boards, go buy the kits for making loading ramps out of the 2x8s and 2x10s, and make those, leave the top boards there, but the top boards will be detachable. He's way over there. The top boards will be detachable, and those will be the ramps. So the ramps will always be with the trailer. I won't have to worry about grabbing these. I always grab these for Old Blue. But that's it. This is your friendly neighborhood Zippo. I promise you guys I will see you on the next one. Thank you all for your support and best wishes on the date. The date did go good. We have a couple things to look for with Miss Lisa, and we'll just take it from there. That's it. Later. Please give me a solid and give me one of those. Holler at you later. I'm out.